It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Return coming from the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick, who unfortunately had that rookie season cut short at just 4 games. Good to have him back from Florida, Anthony Richardson.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week 1, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On target to Downs. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. Run down, and at the end he loses the football. It's knocked free. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Man, did those sidelines get loud. I think we all had to figure out what the heck was going on and who recovered the ball. But the minute they see the defense gets it, Kate, look at them. They save 6 points, and they get the ball back for their offense.
So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And leading them out is someone who became an absolute superstar last year as a rookie. Drafted 2nd in 2023, it's C.J. Stroud.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is...
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Richardson now. He's got it! And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Taylor. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. First down, Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season. And they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. And on third down, the Colts going with the nickel here. Shotgun now for Stroud. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. The Texans close it in, and they will get him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Colts ready for the punt. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Has it at the 37. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. New series coming up following the punt. And the Texans are going to take over with their eyes on the end zone. On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the gun, Stroud. Escapes the puck, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Colts have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
And he's tackled for a short gain.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a...
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jeff Okuda with the INT.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, right, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Stroud throwing here on first. Chased out to... Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Taken in by Pierce. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. The Colts setting a man in the secondary here. Third down coming up. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The Texans set to punt. Back deep for the Colts is Anthony Gould. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. Third time they've called on him as he gets this away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. On first down, it's Richardson. Pittman's got it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. Takes it in at the 26. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's going to be Texans football. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. On play action, here's Stroud. Caught by Diggs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it'll be 2nd down. Pierce off the middle. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Here's Stroud. Got his man on the in. Complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. First down throw here from Richardson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook. He knocked him back across the line.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 4 yards does get him back to even, partner, but they're left with 3rd and 10 now. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Looking to throw, Stroud. Dell with the grab. And this one does not go far. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got 3rd and 8. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 13. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's Richardson. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
It's the pick number 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They're running the option, short side. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. He lets a heater go deep into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Out now come the Texans on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
It's plays like that, Kate, that I'm happy I'm the color analyst and you and your spotter are doing play-by-play. Because that was a massive humanity, a whole bunch of bodies to sort through for 1 yard.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Couldn't connect to a takedown. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Colts and receiver Michael Pittman Jr. out and ready for their next series. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Play action with Richardson. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Quick slant taken in by Pittman. And that will not be enough for a first down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Throwing now, Richardson. To the left side, and it is caught. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll throw again. Richardson rifles it, and it's caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 34-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. Quick hitter complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that. You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they are really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. First down, Stroud. Completed to Collins. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Juke the defender. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Stroud throwing here on first. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he only gets a little here, down inside the 35. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Colts offense set to head out. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. On first down, it's Richardson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Christian Harris picks it off. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for him. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Stroud. It's caught. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Colts ready to take the field. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he takes this ahead to the 40-yard line before going down. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. The Colts trying to make some noise before halftime. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He has the first over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down and 15.
Taylor now up the middle. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Julian Blackman. Worked through his progression, nobody available. And by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks, too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And that interception has set them up beautifully inside the red zone. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Richardson back to throw. Escapes out to the left. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Colts get some late points and the lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Texans going on offense now just before halftime. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Houston calls it second timeout. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Dell with the grab. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. That one is caught left side of the field. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans take the lead just before halftime. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. He'll throw it. The Texans close it in, and they will get him.
A loss of 5 on the play. It's now 3rd and 13.
And they'll kneel this down. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome aboard to you and Brock. And to you at home as we take you around the NFL here on NFL Kickoff Weekend 2024. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same.
Here's Gain out
after
of
the
handle the
break.
kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the third. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Caught by Diggs. Escapes a defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 39. And it sets up a Houston first.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Here's Stroud now. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
This is Mixon. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the 19. This is complete to Schultz. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off Zaire Franklin. The 50. 30. And the Colts will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
The offense getting set to go. And they won't need much to make this a touchdown drive, Brock. They're just 9 yards from the end zone after the interception. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing now, Richardson. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
It's an option to the left side. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1.
Short of the goal line.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Running with Taylor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
4th down's going to bring out Matt Gay and the Colts field goal unit for the first time. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Texans and Stephon Diggs getting set for this next offensive possession. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pass taken in by Diggs. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Stroud off the play fake. And the Colts get to him. He goes down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And on 3rd down, the Colts going with the nickel here. Looking to throw, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. short pass caught by his tight end.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Here's 2nd and 7. That's complete to Pittman. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Richardson. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They'll throw again, Richardson. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 15 at the 36-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a 3rd quarter lead. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
This defense did the best they could to track him as he ran all the way across the field, but eventually, you're just going to lose him. And that's when a completion was made and turned it into a significant gain.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. 1st and 10, or on to Mixon. Spins out of one stop, and he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. On the ground again with Mixon. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the 1st. Working inside the red zone. Complete out to the right. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Oh, he's in trouble, and he'll go down. The Colts got him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line, this offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Here's Stroud. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. Puts together a quality gain here before sliding to a stop.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point gain.
Listen, all he could do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, he's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Play action with Richardson. Short pass caught by his tight end. We'll get out of bounds after a small gain. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. This is Taylor. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. This, our last play of the quarter. Now a toss play, Taylor. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of 3 in our week 1 opener. The Colts have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through the 4th. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Catch made by Mitchell. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, These tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown! The Colts now lead by 10. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First down, Stroud. Digs there to bring it in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage. He'll try left side out of the option. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. The rookie out of UCLA in on the stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now we're on the draw with Mixon. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. From the gun, Stroud. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. From the gun, Taylor. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
From the 28. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
The Texans close it in, and they will get him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown and field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And the last time we saw him, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. A give, this is Mixon. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 29. Brought in close to the 8. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in 1 game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Colts headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They've got 1st down from the 31. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38.
From the 38. That's complete to Pittman. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. This set it down starts with an option right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. 3 yards puts them back on the right track. Now they've got 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Throwing now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 28. The big play nets them 17 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing now, Richardson. Got his target, it's Granson. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. 2nd and 3 now.
2nd and 3 at the Texans' 6-yard line.
Shotgun, hand off to Taylor. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Option give to Taylor. And he's brought down for a loss. It's 2nd and goal. Another shot for Taylor. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown, his 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Texans back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Looking to throw it. Cut by Diggs. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. To throw. Forced out to his right. Schultz with the catch. And they take him down right along the 30. Throwing now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life. And timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Now to throw. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he is to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Colts are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They go again with Taylor. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. Final timeout called by the Texans. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Put the body on the line for his team. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. And he's going to take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Colts get the win at home inside of Lucas Oil. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time.